There are many talented celebrities who are making a huge impact in the creative fields of their choice, yet due to certain stereotypes, assumptions, and just general lack of knowledge, there are several celebrities out there that everybody just thought and assumed that they were Muslim, but they turned out to actually not be. Starting at number 10, we have Bohemia. His real name is Roger David, and he was born on October 15th in the year 1979. And of course, he's known by his stage name Bohemia. He's a Pakistani-American rapper, as well as he's a producer, and he's still making hits to this day. He was born in Karachi, Pakistan, and he did his schooling in Peshawar, and now he's the first Punjabi rapper to actually popularize the rap genre. So he's been a huge trendsetter, and he's still going.
Rap star jive shahrukh Punjabi industry respect karan sare nale ek ade munde jede naal mere mare mene cut.
Number 9, we have Jia Ali. She is also Pakistani, but she's a Pakistani model and actress, and she was born in Lahore in the year 1972. Now, Jia Ali, she started her career as a model, and that was when she was 19 years old. Now, her first film was Diwani Teri Piya Ki back in the year 1997. Now the film was a major success, and since then she's given several hit movies as well as dramas to the Pakistani audience. And since that time, Jia Ali has given several super hit movies as well as dramas to the Pakistani industry. Ozan Marno comes in at number 8. Now she was born in Los Angeles, California, and she's a film and TV show actress. She's best known for her work in The Blacklist as well as House of Cards. Now she lives currently in Brooklyn, New York, and she speaks several languages. Outside of English, she speaks German, French, Persian, as well as Italian. She also directs and writes screenplays, but no, she's not Muslim like many people believe. She's actually Christian.
An idiot.
No, you were human. You wanted something, and she was trained to exploit that.
Trained or born?
Himesh Patel comes in at number 7, and Himesh Patel played Taimur Masood on the soap opera The EastEnders. Now, the family that he acted in was the first Muslim family to join the show since the Kareems, who appeared on the show back in the year 1987 and 1990. And they were also the first Asian family to be introduced since the Ferreira family that was introduced in the show from 2003 to 2005. But no, this guy is not Muslim at all. Now, number 6 really got me confused. Arnold Vosloo. Now, Arnold Vosloo, you see him, but no, he was born in South Africa. I know, major stereotyping I was doing when I first saw this guy. He played the character Habib Marwan in season 4 of 24. That was probably one of the biggest shows in history. He's also known for his role in the movie The Mummy, but he really came a lot more into the limelight after he played Habib Marwan in season 4 of 24. He played the Muslim mastermind that was behind the terror attacks in Los Angeles in the show. Naveen Andrews comes in at number 5. Now he's known for playing Saeed Hassan Jara from the TV show Lost, and he played a former Iraqi soldier and a practicing Muslim who was seen praying quite often, and they even showed flashback scenes at a mosque on the show. Now Naveen Andrews was born in London, and now his parents immigrated from Kerala, India. Now he was brought up in the Methodist denomination of Christianity, and he describes his upbringing as very repressive, by the way. At the age of 16, while at Emmanuel School, he actually fell in love with a woman who was 30 years old. And that woman actually turned out to be his math teacher. So he ended up moving with her to escape the abuse that he was experiencing at home. But just like everybody on this list, this guy is not Muslim. Number 4 brings us Nazanin Boniadi. Now she is an interesting entry, and you'll see why I say that. Because Nazanin Boniadi, she was born in Tehran, Iran, and she's an Iranian British actress. Now back in the year May 2013, Nazanin Boniadi, she joined the cast of Homeland season 3, and she worked as a CIA analyst named Farah Shirazi. Now she ended up being recasted again to play in season 4. Now in the mid-2000s, she was a dedicated Scientologist, believe it or not. Her mother had also been very active in the Church of Scientology, but then she ended up leaving the Church of Scientology. But now she identifies herself as a non-practicing Muslim, whatever that means, although she does have a lot of her roots in the Church of Scientology. It's kind of confusing. I think she's going a little bit back and forth, but no, from the get-go, people just assumed that she was straight up Muslim. If anything, she would be a Muslim convert, but no, she grew up a Scientologist. And when she was casted on Homeland, she was a Scientologist at that time. Number 3, we have Soma Chaya. Soma Chaya played Goldie Nahir, who was a graduate on the Degrassi Community School from the class of 2016. Now, she's an activist as well as a feminist, and she's a Muslim who considered ways in which she could improve the Degrassi School in the show, by the way. Now, in real life, she's known as Soma Chaya, but she goes also by the name of Soma Bhatia. And now she's a Canadian actress as well as a singer of Indian descent. Now, in real life now, not her character, she's an advocate for healthy living as well as a vegan lifestyle, having been vegan herself since she was 14 years old. But no, despite playing a Muslim on the show Degrassi, she herself is not. Kim Kardashian comes in at number 2. Now, this one was a huge surprise despite Kim Kardashian's Armenian roots. So of course, we all know Kim Kardashian. She's a social media personality. She was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Now, she gained a lot of attention initially through her friendship with Paris Hilton, and then afterwards she got her own TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And here's the thing though, most Armenians, where Kim Kardashian has her roots from, they're Christian. About 95% of them are Christian. And Armenia is so Christian, by the way, that they have their own church. It's called the Armenian Apostolic Church, and it's one of the oldest Christian churches, and it was founded back in the 1st century AD, and then in 301 AD, it became the branch of Christianity to become the state religion of Armenia. Now, over in the West especially, most people didn't know that she was Christian. They just assumed that she was Muslim because of how she looked. I'm guilty. I 100% assumed that she was Muslim when I first found out about the Kardashians. Not gonna lie. But no, she's Christian, and she also married Kanye West, who is also Christian. Now, number 1, very controversial, Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa was born in Beirut on February 10th, 1993, and she was only 7 years old when her family decided to move all the way to the United States and settle there, start a completely new life. Fast forward to the year 2014, that's when she entered into the adult film industry, and this is while she was working as an assistant at Whataburger in Los Angeles. She was approached by a customer that asked if she ever considered working into the adult entertainment industry, and that's where she became the center of a lot of controversy because she made several scenes wearing a hijab, and that offended the Muslim community a lot. Now, Mia and her family are reportedly Catholic, and she was raised in that religion, although she says she no longer is really a practicing Catholic. But because of those scenes that she filmed with the hijab and the super fast way that she skyrocketed to popularity, a lot of people thought she was Muslim, but it turns out no, 100% false. Starting at number 10, we have Mina Masood. Now, Mina Masood, he starred as Aladdin in the Disney live-action film, and Mina Masood was born in Cairo, Egypt, to Egyptian Coptic Orthodox Christian parents. He also has 2 older sisters, and his family, they ended up immigrating to Canada when he was 3 years old. And Mina Masood has stated in his own words that yes, he and his family are Coptic Christians. Rami Malek comes in at number 9. Rami Malek was also raised as a Coptic Orthodox Christian, and as an early child he spoke Egyptian Arabic until the ages of about 3 or 4 years old. Also, fun fact, he does have a twin brother named Sammy. Rami Malek is an Oscar Award winner, and he's probably best known for his performance as Freddie Mercury in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, as well as playing the hacker Elliot Alderson in the show Mr. Robot. The next celebrity we're looking at number 8 is Hani Ramsey. He was born on October 26, 1964. Now, he's an Egyptian actor and probably one of the most famous comedians in all of Egypt. Also, just like the first 2 celebrities that we saw, he is a Coptic Christian as well. Hani Ramsey, he's married to Mona Mohab, and they have 2 boys together named Shady and Jesse. Coming up at number 7, we have Cyrene Abdelnour. Cyrene Abdelnour is married to a Lebanese businessman. Now, back in the year 2012, she gave birth to her first child, and that was her daughter named Talia. But Cyrene Abdelnour is not a Muslim. She is a practicing Christian. Now, in the year 2015, after she was attacked by many non-Lebanese cyber trolls, really for celebrating Easter that year, she then ended up defending her religious beliefs during an interview with Al Gad Radio. Now, Cyrene Abdel-Nour, she stated in her own words that I'm Christian and it's not like I surprise anyone with the news. It's all our fault, referring to artists, for not discussing our religion in public. Nancy Nabil Adram, she is a Lebanese singer. She's also a television judge and a very well-known businesswoman. She was born in Beirut, Lebanon. At the age of 15 years old, that's when she released her first album. And in English, the name translates to I Need You. And this was back in the year 1998. From there, she released her second album that translates in English as Stop Staring in the year 2000. Nancy Adram was born into a Greek Orthodox family. Rima Faki comes in at number 5. When it comes to her personal life, back in April of 2016, Rima Faki, she converted to Marmonite Christianity. And she did this all before her marriage to a Lebanese-Canadian music producer named Wasim Slaby. He also goes by the name of Sal. Just like most people in this episode, many thought that she was a practicing Muslim. Tony Shalhoub comes in at number 4. Now, his full name is Anthony Marcus Shalhoub. Now, he's an actor who has appeared in many movies and TV shows since his career started back in the year 1985. Now, he was born and raised in Green Bay, Wisconsin in the United States. Tony Shalhoub, he's a follower of the Christian faith, and his father, whose name was Joseph Shalhoub, immigrated from Lebanon to the United States as a child, and he later married Helen Sarugi, who herself was born in Wisconsin to Lebanese parents as well. We're looking at Carl Wolf up next at number 3. Carl Wolf was born Carl Abu Sama, and of course he's better known for his stage name Carl Wolf. He's a Lebanese-born Canadian, and professionally he's a songwriter, he's a producer, he's a performer as well. A very good performer. I've been to some of his shows actually. But he's also a successful entrepreneur and businessman. And contrary to popular belief, no, he is not a Muslim. The celebrity number 2 is Sean Tube. Sean Tube, who is he? Well, he's an Iranian-American actor, and he's known for playing Majid Javadi in the TV show Homeland, and he also appeared in Iron Man as well as Iron Man 3, and also in that TV show called Tehran. He had decided back when he was 5 years old that he wanted to be an actor, and his acting career began in the year 1988. Currently, Sean Tube, he lives in the United States, and he's a very active member in the Iranian Jewish community. Now, at number 1, this can come as a surprise to many people. Why is this man on the list anyways? Former President of the United States, Barack Obama. Well, this started because conspiracy theories and allegations that former US President Barack Obama was a Muslim actually stems all the way back to the early to mid 2000s. Barack Obama, though, was baptized into the United Church of Christ, and now there were false emails that had circulated saying that Barack Obama's real middle name was actually Mohammed. His middle name, however, is in fact Hussein, which still led many people to believe the rumors that he was in fact a Muslim. But during a debate of Democratic presidential candidates back in the year 2008, on January 15th to be exact, in Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States, the moderator Brian Williams asked Barack Obama directly about the rumors about him trying to hide the fact that he was actually a practicing Muslim. But Barack Obama responded saying this: "The facts are, I am a Christian. I have been sworn into the US Senate with a Bible. In the internet age, there are going to be lies that are spread all over the place. I have been victimized by these lies." So yes, when he was running for president of the United States, there were many people who didn't vote for him because they did believe these rumors. They thought in fact that he was a Muslim. We have Dakota Fanning. The term whitewashing has been used a lot more as of recently, especially for this one. In The Sweetness in the Belly, Dakota Fanning plays a child refugee who is raised as Muslim after being abandoned in Ethiopia by her parents. So we see Muslim in Ethiopia. And now people on Twitter weren't too happy about this one. One Twitter user wrote, "Am I in the Matrix? So many talented actors out there, and you cast Dakota Fanning? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And to play an Ethiopian? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I beg your pardon? question mark, question mark, question mark, a whole bunch of them. And I get it. Like, I get both sides too. You know, actors are casted for their ability to portray a character or another real life person, and other times their actual ethnic and religious backgrounds don't match up like, at all. Now, this whole thing was, of course, a big misunderstanding because even Dakota Fanning herself, she came out and she said, just to clarify, in the new film I'm part of, Sweetness in the Belly, I do not play an Ethiopian woman. I play a British woman abandoned by her parents at 7 years old in Africa and raised Muslim. In any case, though, I think that this sparked an interesting conversation around whitewashing in films and how to cast people more accurately. But at the same time, you know, guys, it's important to understand everything before you jump to conclusions. But let me know your thoughts about this. Like, are you for or against whitewashing, if you want to use that term? Do you think it doesn't matter because it's just a film anyways? It's not even the real person, it's just a depiction. Or do you believe that casting directors should go the extra mile to cast somebody as close as possible to the person that they're portraying? Moving on now to number 9, we have Will Smith. So Will Smith received an Oscar nomination for portraying the boxing champion Muhammad Ali in the 2001 film Ali. So back in 2001, Will Smith and Muhammad Ali, they actually sat down with Oprah on her talk show to discuss the film. And when Oprah asked Muhammad Ali about Will Smith's portrayal of Ali, he actually replied, "He scared me." Now, Will Smith had this to say, you know, "The greatest of all times, the champ looked at me and he gave me the nod that I did a good job. I worked as hard as I could possibly have worked." Now, if you've seen the movie Ali, you know, Will Smith, of course, he did a really awesome job. No complaints about whitewashing for this one, obviously. But yeah, Will Smith also, clearly, he's not Muslim. The next celebrity at number 8 is Arnold Vosloo. Arnold Vosloo was born in South Africa, and he played the character Habib Marwan in season 4 of probably one of the biggest shows ever in TV history, 24. And, you know, growing up, this was one of my favorite shows for a lot of reasons. So in this real-time TV show where every season takes place in one day, the character Habib Marwan was the mastermind behind the attacks on LA. And he had immigrated from Turkey, and then when he settled in LA, nearly 5 years he maintained as well as funded a number of terror cells, primarily in Los Angeles. And he was bent on making America pay. Quite the complete opposite of Arnold Vosloo in real life, who's like such a teddy bear of a guy, you just want to give him a hug. But he himself does admit that he plays a very realistic bad guy. Yeah, it's that smirk that he has, just that sinister smile. Next up at number 7, we have Naveen Andrews, and he's known for playing Saeed Hassan Jara from the ABC's show Lost. His character was a former Iraqi soldier as well as a practicing Muslim who prayed on the mysterious island, as well as you see him attending the mosque in flashbacks in the show. Now, the actor Naveen Andrews, he was born in London and his parents immigrated from Kerala, India. He was brought up in the Methodist denomination of Christianity, and he describes his upbringing as very repressive. He says at the age of 16, he actually fell in love with his 30-year-old math teacher, and then he actually moved in with her to escape his abusive home. Then they had a son, Jaisal, who was born 7 years later, back in 1992. Himesh Patel comes in at number 6. Himesh Patel played Tamwar Masood on the soap opera EastEnders. Now, his family on the show was actually the first Muslim family to join ever since the Kareems, who appeared on the show between 1987 and 1990. And they're also the first Asian family to be introduced to the show since the Ferreira family back in 2003 to 2005. At number 5, we have LL Cool J, and he portrayed Sam Hanna on the TV show NCIS Los Angeles. Now, he's a former US Navy SEAL and senior NCIS special agent. Now, in season 9 of the show, in an episode titled The Silo, that's when he revealed that he was a devout Muslim, and it was something that he had previously hinted to on several occasions throughout the show. Now, the actor LL Cool J, on the other hand, is a hip-hop artist turned actor, and he's a devout Methodist Christian. Soma Chaya comes in at number 4, and she portrayed the character Goldie Nahir in Degrassi. Now, her character is a graduate of Degrassi Community School from the class of 2016, and she's an activist, a feminist, and of course her character is a Muslim who looked for different ways to improve the Degrassi school. Now, Soma Chaya, aka Soma Bhatia, she's a Canadian actress and singer of Indian descent, and she's an advocate for living a vegan lifestyle, and she actually has been vegan since she turned 14 years old. although she was raised vegetarian from birth. Number 3, we have Nazanin Boniadi. She was born in Tehran, Iran, and she's an Iranian-British actress as well as a human rights defender. Now, in May of 2013, Nazanin Boniadi, she joined the cast of Homeland in season 3, and she played the CIA analyst Farah Shirazi. And then from there, she began to appear on the show a lot more regularly, even into the 4th season. Now, in real life, Nazanin, actually back in the mid-2000s, she was dedicated to the Church of Scientology, and her mother had also been a Scientologist. Now, Nazanin Boniadi ended up leaving the Church of Scientology shortly after October of 2014, and that's when she started calling herself a non-practicing Muslim. So although now she's a non-practicing Muslim, whatever that means, at the time she took the role of the Muslim character Farah Shirazi, she herself was not a Muslim, she was a Scientologist. But while we're on the topic of Homeland, we gotta mention Damian Lewis. This guy is just a phenomenal actor. So his character, Nicholas, aka Nick Brody, he of course is a fictional character from Homeland as well. Now, Homeland is also up there with one of my top shows. Like, if I could describe it, it's like a slower paced, more realistic version of 24. But in any case, in the show, his character is a USMC sergeant who has been held as a prisoner of war, and he converted to Islam due to radicalization to turn against the United States of America. Now, in real life, Damian Lewis was born in London, England, and it's also known that in March of 2010, he became the Trade Justice Ambassador for a charity called Christian Aid. And finally, at number 1, we have Anthony Quinn. So we go back to 1976 for that film, The Message. Hamza ibn al-Muttalib was a foster brother as well as a companion and paternal uncle of the Islamic prophet Muhammad. Now, Hamza, he took little notice for years when it came to Islam, but he shortly after converted. Now, the actor Anthony Quinn was Mexican-American. He also did painting and writing and film directing. Now, when he was 6 years old, he actually attended a Catholic church and even thought about becoming a priest one day. But he went completely opposite of that. And he tops this list at number 1 because he portrayed like a real Muslim. Like, you know, the role that he played was like the original Prophet Muhammad companion Muslims. Let's start at number 10. We have Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie, she's well known in Hollywood. She's a great, phenomenal actress, and she's also been seen wearing Islamic clothing and hijabs on various different occasions. Like, you'll see her wearing hijabs and burqas on her trips to the Middle East. And Angelina Jolie has been reported to have said this, and I quote, "The sun retains its beauty when hiding in clouds. Your attractiveness doesn't diminish while you're wearing a hijab." The celebrity at number 9 is Lindsay Lohan. Now, Lindsay Lohan, she is a singer and actress, and she has made her fascination with the religion of Islam very public in the past. As a result, it's not surprising that you would see pictures of her many times wearing the hijab. She's worn the Islamic veil not only in Middle Eastern countries, but also in different parts of Europe. The non-Muslim celebrity at number 8 we're going to look at next is J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez, also known as J-Lo, she is well known for her choice of outfits, and they've always made news headlines. Her fashion sense has long been a topic of discussion. So J-Lo, you know, she managed to pull together this hijab style look. It really looked great. And of course, it got a lot of people talking in true J-Lo fashion. J-Lo has worn a simple style of hijab several times, and she's usually styled in a simple but classy way while wearing the hijab. From there, we move on to number 7. Here we have Kinsey. This famous influencer who also owns her own fitness wear line, she's no stranger to controversy in the media. In any case though, she's also another celebrity who's non-Muslim who has worn the hijab. She posted pics of herself wearing the hijab on Instagram with a caption saying this: "Happy Nationals Day to the UAE. So happy to be back here in one of my favorite places. The UAE has really gone above and beyond with COVID protocol to ensure everyone is safe and healthy to reopen tourism. This country's beauty, culture, and hospitality is truly like no other." Kate Middleton is at number 6. Non-Muslim women in general, they still prefer to wear a simple hijab style. You know, typically you'll see them in a solid color cotton fabric, loose hijab style. That's one of the most common types. And Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, she looked stunning along with her husband, Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge. And these photos emerged while they were on an official visit to the Badshahi Mosque in the country of Pakistan. Another memorable time Kate Middleton wore a headscarf was back in the year 2012 on a trip to Malaysia. Kate Middleton covered her hair in a white headscarf to visit the Asia Kiran Mosque in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Moving on now to the non-Muslim celebrity at number 5, we got Jacqueline Fernandez. The Bollywood actress Jacqueline Fernandez has been seen wearing a hijab and full Islamic attire in Abu Dhabi when she was visiting the Sheikh Zayed Mosque. She was at that time shooting for her upcoming movie with Salman Khan titled Race 3 in the Middle Eastern lands of Abu Dhabi. And Jacqueline Fernandez, she had posted an Instagram story that shows her beginning some sort of sketch, and she had the words on the Instagram story saying this: "So inspired by the hashtag Sheikh Zayed Mosque. Can't wait to share my painting with you all." From there, we move on to number 4. We have Selena Gomez. While taking a holiday in the United Arab Emirates with some friends, there was a source that revealed this statement, and I quote, "She is having the best time of her life in Dubai. She really bonded with Harith, who was her tour guide. He has helped show Selena how she really deserves to be treated like a princess. Plus, he makes her laugh, and that's all they have been doing while in Dubai, laughing and having fun." So yeah, it looks like her trip at the time had a dual purpose. She met somebody new, as well as she was able to don the hijab and see a different country. All right, I couldn't do this video without including Ivanka Trump on this list. Ivanka Trump is the former US President Donald Trump's daughter, as well as she was a member of his cabinet, and she had also traveled to the United Arab Emirates for the Global Women's Forum. This was a very popular occasion. She wore a headscarf as per the tradition, and the hijab that she wore was a very simple style, which she looked great in. And of course, like I mentioned, this is a very common look for non-Muslim women. Either way though, Ivanka Trump, she spoke with many female business executives during the forum, and she also gave a speech on female empowerment. During her tour, she visited the country's largest mosque, which is the iconic Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. Another celebrity bringing us to the United Arab Emirates is Rihanna, number 2. One time, Rihanna was asked to leave a mosque because she had not been given permission to do a photo shoot there. Specifically, this was the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque again, and officials at the mosque told her to leave after her actions were considered to be at odds with the sanctity of the site. Photos posted on her Instagram account showed her posing on white marble, wearing a hijab with a black jumpsuit. And finally, we end this episode off with Kim Kardashian at number 1. Kim Kardashian and her mother were spotted in a boutique in perhaps the most notable occasion of her wearing the hijab in public. This was while she was on vacation in Dubai, and Kim and her mother, they tried on various different hijabs and headscarves, and yeah, rocking it. That fashion statement there made headlines all around the world. The photos of her received a lot of attention on the internet, and some commentators and critics of Kim Kardashian even accused her of mocking the religion of Islam.